I am in St. Pete / South Pasadena, Florida.
In some Airbnb?
No, this is our Kim's aunt bought a house down here earlier this year, so we're at the site. So this is free of charge.
I mean, that's a win.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about it at
Yeah.
all. Other than the fact that the AC only works in like certain places, and it does not work in this place.
It's weird.
It's well, no, I think it's the way they have there's like 3 AC. It's a very incredibly nice place. Like I'm very, very lucky to be able to stay here for free. But it is our bedroom, awesome. Fan, AC, cold as fuck. It's amazing. But every other aspect of the house is, I feel like I'm walking around with like a layer of sweat on me at all times.
So just stay in the bedroom.
Yeah, except for that's where my kids are, and they're horrible. So
go outside.
This is where I'm working. Yeah. Well, it wasn't too bad because where I am, there's a sliding door there to the outside. And there's a sliding door there to the outside, and a fan above me. So earlier in the day, I was able to just open those up and put the fan on full blast, and there was a good breeze. And then the air went stagnant at one point, and there was just nothing happening outside, and it was just like hot and sticky and Florida grime. Not good. Not good. So.
No.
I saw you, Ryan. I see you now, Ryan. I wasn't on that. I don't have I'm on monitors down at the house, anyways. Yeah. Welcome back.
No, I saw you working on other stuff, and I was about to hit up the private chat, but it's all good. I made it. I'm here.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Last Call.
Fuck Southern.
Fuck Southern.
Oh, you gotta say it, right?
So no, I had an idea for like this just hit my head like before the episode, like a shirt or idea, whatever. Gotta laugh. Like
what?
Gotta laugh. Gotta like use it as gotta. So yeah. Something.
I don't like putting them on our shirts in general.
Yeah.
Good point.
Like I feel like if you want to do something like that, you need to like subtweet them somehow.
I don't know. I think there's a potential. The gotta as got to. There's an option. There's something out there.
It's well. I mean, get at their asses.
Oh, it's get after their asses.
Whatever. Same thing.
Yeah. I have.
I mean, that's like stupid in and of itself. You could just make a shirt that says that, and hopefully most people would make fun of it.
Get in their asses. Yeah.
Get in. Oh, that's taking it to a whole new level.
Good
night, kiddos.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got raided in the office here. I don't know why my wife had to come in and lock the doors that I had opened earlier. But yeah, anyhow, a bit of news I saw before coming on here was ESPN and Fox have like tanked their negotiations with the Pac-12, meaning that
they don't want it.
Well, they're looking. I guess the Pac-12 is now like going to like Apple and Amazon, blah blah blah, whatever. It means ESPN has more time slots potentially available on their linear networks for the Sun Belt Conference or for other properties, I should say. So,
well, what does that mean for all of the moving from conference to conference and all that stuff? Because ESPN's been a big player in that.
Well, the only conference we'd move to right now would be either American or Big 12, and they're both. They're both ESPN conferences. So
well, Big 12 is the answer.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, Big 12. I was looking at it today. Like they got 14 teams in the American with all the garbage they pulled up. And
I don't even want to go there anymore. I'm done with the American.
It's not. Well, I mean, if they were a 12-team conference, I don't even care which 2 teams you pull out. If they were a 12-team conference and they decided they wanted to go to 14, maybe I'm interested, but they're a 14-team conference. I don't want to join that. That seems like too much.
No, it's but American, you go and you look at it and you're like, is it better than the Sun Belt? And it's like, if you say yes, it's only marginally better. I wouldn't say yes.
It's like there's half. What's the percentage of teams in the American that you want to play versus the percentage of teams in the American you don't want to play? And then the same question to the Sun Belt.
Yeah.
And like, really, the Sun Belt?
You want to play Memphis?
Memphis and UAB.
Yeah, but Memphis, you know, Memphis is on the short list to get out of there.
Right,
that's fine.
They're first out.
Memphis and UAB are the two teams, and at a lesser extent, at a very, very, very lesser extent, Charlotte gets pulled in there just because they are regional and they are somewhat similar to Georgia State in their configuration, but very, very lesser. Very, very lesser.
I mean, maybe on the fringe playing FAU. I guess I was kind of excited when we joined Sunbelt because they were in it. I wasn't excited for FIU when we joined FAU. Yeah,
those are the same school to me.
They just split them in half on the weekends.
No, even there's people like on message boards that even like refer to the schools and they just do F_U. Like it's like that's just whatever school it is. It doesn't matter. It's just F_U. One of the two of them. Yeah, I mean, I would like to play a Florida school, but maybe not a Florida school that's like in the Caribbean, like one that's somewhat a drivable drive, a weekend drive, like. Getting down to Miami or Boca, whatever they are in, that's a long drive.
It's a flight. You're not driving down there,
right?
Yeah, I think that would have been. I still been a fun trip to go to.
I know. I remember telling my wife back, or my wife Kim. You guys know it's just. I hate when people do that. They talk to their they're talking to their best man in their wedding and they say, "Oh, my wife did this." I'm like, "Yeah, he's met her. He knows who she is. You don't have to say my wife." But the podcast thing, I talking to other people. Anyhow, I remember saying like, when we move conferences and she just like didn't give a fuck. She's like, I'm either going to go watch these crappy teams or not go watch these crappy teams with you. It doesn't really matter who they are. They don't impact her at all. She was never a college football fan. Her college does not have college football other than a club team.
Hockey, they got hockey.
Yeah, hockey.
Yeah,
it's not football.
Big hockey.
Last time I checked, hockey's not football, Ryan.
I know. And my grandpa was on her college hockey team.
Wow.
Right, but like she grew up like Syracuse down the street, and they suck. Not a football fan, so it didn't matter about us moving up or changing conference or whatever. I was like, hey, every year we can have a Miami trip because I would assume that we would play one of the two schools alternatingly. So we would have FAU at home one year, FIU at away that same year, and then just flip flop back and forth, and then. Yeah,
and they bolted.
Yeah, I'm boring Ryan. He's yawning over here.
We're talking about realignment again.
This weekend, like, beat my ass, and I am still trying to make up for it.
Tell me more about your ass getting beaten.
It was Pride weekend, so I could totally see that.
That was the thing. I mean, no, that's what happened.
Truth.
TDS, drunk as can be, showed up at house party or whatever, and I stayed way later than you, David, and it turned into a house party, by the way.
Did my buddy Corey ever show up?
I wandered off at some point. I got pissed off at somebody and just left. And
Did you walk home? Did you walk home?
Yeah, it's not that far.
It's like 2 blocks, right? I mean, you live right there.
Barely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I made it home okay, and then the next day we were in the Pride Parade, and then tabled for the rest of the day until it got dark. Basically, is when we shut it down, and I've just been like, I've been so tired. I've been so tired for days. I was so hungover at Pride, just being like, oh my Lord, just get through it.
Well, not to be a one-upper at all. But yeah, I had to
Are you
get
a
up.
two clowns guy? Is that what you're doing right now?
6 a.m. flight, right?
Do you know
Yeah.
Do you know two clowns guy?
No.
So it's the kid that says, I have a clown for my birthday party. And this other kid says, yeah, well, I've got two clowns. That's it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Man, definitely not that guy. No, I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning on Sunday after the TDS game.
I don't know how you did it.
Yeah, seriously.
It wasn't easy. And then I had to go to the airport and fly down here and went to the my wife picked me up. Kim, you've met her. Picked me up and took me straight to the tailgate with her like ex-boyfriend from high school was there. I'm not sure how that worked out exactly, but with his pregnant wife. So, you know, I think he was unavailable. And we hung out with him.
Wait, what?
And they're all
kidding.
they're all Buccaneers fans. And
Ew.
Yeah, but we brought our Falcons tent down, so they had to sit under that. Anyway, and just the scorching fucking hotness. I don't know why. It was only 86 degrees, but it was so fucking hot.
People are like, why are you complaining so much? You're like, we beat the trash down south yesterday.
Yeah, no one cared. No one cared. I try to bring that up all the time, and no one cared. But so I landed, in the airport.
What, Orlando?
And that'd be like northeast.
It's east. It's like due east, isn't it? Miami?
Northeast.
Did you beat Miami? What happened?
But no, but you know, I land and Kim tells me, she's like, "Oh, you may have to wait at the airport for a minute because kids are being bad." Blah 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 blah. And so I'm like, waiting at airports is my jam. They've got bars there, and I can drink. But it's also a landing at like 8 a.m. So I'm like, oh fuck, what the fuck's open? So I'm like looking as soon as I land, and I have like Wi-Fi signal or cellular signal. I'm like, Sky Club, Tampa Airport. Where is it? And it said Terminal E, and that sounded very far away. And then I landed, and I walked out of my gate, and there was Sky Club. I landed in Terminal E, and I'm like, Terminal E still sounds very far away from getting picked up. So I walked past Sky Club, which I could have gotten into. I could have gotten into for $25 and had unlimited booze. And then I realized that it was one train stop that took like 0 minutes to do. Yeah. Tim, I should have called you, but you would have been asleep because it was 8.
You should have just taken the train back.
Well, no, security got switched. I had to go out of security. For that. So then I'm in the middle of the Tampa airport, which is fine because, you know, I think of airports in relation to the Atlanta airport, and the Atlanta airport in their middle food court section, they have
plenty of bars.
And the IHOP sells beer. Do you know this?
I did not know that.
The IHOP in the Atlanta airport sells beer later than any other location in the airport. They sell beer the latest.
Party at the IHOP.
Exactly. So I'm like, all right, there's no problem me finding a bar in the airport. They don't have any bars in the airport. Oh, they do. They have a Hard Rock Cafe, but it wasn't fucking open. But they have a hallway that walks to the Marriott, walks at the airport Marriott bar or hotel. And I'm like, all right, cool. I go there and their little bar is closed. Fuck.
What?
And then Kim tells me, this is 8 a.m, Ryan. And then Kim tells me, she's like, all right, I'm like leaving in like 20 minutes from St. Pete, which is like 30 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And I see behind the customer service desk at the airport, they have like the little concession, like the little canteen type thing where you can get like some cookies or some granola bars or a soda, whatever. And they've got beer. And I say, hey, can I buy a beer? And they say, yeah. This is Florida. And I'm like, fuck yes. And so you
say this is Florida, but this is the beer. This is it.
No, hold on. So I go and I pick up 2 bottles of beer and I go over to like the check-in desk to buy my beer. and they put him in a little bag for me because apparently you can't walk around with him not in a bag. And I go over to the bar, which is playing Golden Girls in Tampa. I'm in Tampa watching Golden Girls, drinking my 2 beer by myself.
This sounds Florida. This sounds Florida.
In a closed bar. And then I finished my second beer, and Kim hasn't left yet. And so
more beer.
So I go back over. I drink fast, and so I go back over to get more beer. And the lady at the customer service desk goes, "Yeah, my manager saw you drinking beer, and she realized we're not allowed to sell it until 11 o'clock." So and it's like 8:45. I'm like, God damn it, you know. And so I couldn't buy more beer from there.
Florida.
Should have bought 4.
So no, but
where dreams go to die.
It's okay. I walked back out to the Concord or the food section area, and Hard Rock Cafe was open, and I was able to pound a couple of beer before Kim came and picked me up. Before I went to Tampa, Raymond James and their weird battleship and shit. Yeah,
It is stinking hot by Raymond James Stadium, though.
Why is it hotter there than it is in the rest of the fucking state?
It's just stale air. Like
exactly. There's no movement. There's no movement of air at all. It's where the sun goes to die. It just everything stops moving. It was so fucking hot. It wasn't hot at the tailgate. It was only hot in the stadium. And we weren't even like nosebleeds. Like I can't even use the argument that we were closer to the sun, because that's like, you know, funny. Yeah. We can't use that. It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that.
Oof.
So.
And the Falcons made us cry.
Yeah.
The refs.
Yeah, no, they made me mad. I immediately texted David. I was like, he's there watching this. He's got to be pissed off. He's like, I'm on the way back home. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was miserable out there. And I'm not one. I'm like that stubborn guy about never leaving a game until it's like over. Clock is hit 0-0-0. Mm-hmm. We've made sure there's no flags on the field. Like players are in the locker rooms. You know, we've got cameras on them in the shower and everything.
You get butt fumbles, right? I mean, you got to stick around.
Right, exactly.
You never know.
It was just so fucking balls hot out there. It was miserable. So I was excited and I thought we were gonna lose the game, and we were playing like shit the entire time. Like that's what I said to somebody about it. I'm like, I've always said that you can't let officiating control your game. You can't let one bad call control your game. Like when the fucking the trash Southwest, the Saints, when they lost that NFC Championship game on that bad pass call interference thing.
That's really bad.
Yeah. And like they're trying to like sue the NFL and shit. I'm like, no, you can't let your game come down. When you play when you play any sport, you're playing against two teams. You're playing against the opponent and the officiating. You could never let the officiating, you know, come down to one play and change your game. You've got to win convincingly.
Yep.
Win convincing. That's what Danny LaRusso told his daughter in the last season of Cobra Kai, and she won. Spoiler alert.
I don't think I finished the last season.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Is anyone watching House of the Dragon?
Mm-mm.
No, because we're not nerds.
No,
I think Cam's watching it.
Actually, we are nerds, but
you need to. No. You need to. It is a masterclass.
Wait, House of that's the Game of Thrones prequel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never watched Game of Thrones.
You don't have to. It's so good. It's so good. Don't even worry about watching Game of Thrones first. It's all good. Watch it.
I'm not caught up on Andor yet.
It's really good. Oh man, I think I'm caught up on Andor. But man, we got Andor and She-Hulk and House of the Dragon and Rings of Power.
And also Night of the Werewolf coming out.
Which I've seen a bunch of ads for. Well, I've seen a bunch of. They've been presented to me. I've not watched them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Is it supposed to be good?
I don't know. I think it's going to have larger implications on the MCU.
Yeah. All right.
So
it came out of nowhere, though, right? I mean, like I don't.
Yeah.
Feel like I've heard of.
No one was expecting it. I wasn't. Yeah. I wasn't expecting it. So
right. It wasn't like announced in part of like the MCU timeline or anything like that, right?
No, it was part of D23.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, watch House of the Dragon. It's seriously, it's phenomenal. And there's like all these weird little like details that they do like really well, and it's just excellent.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, sorry. Okay.
I mean, whatever. Don't watch it if you don't want to, but I'm trying to give you good advice.
Britney Spears says mom hit her so hard after party with Paris Hilton and
What?
Lindsay Lohan.
We're way off topic.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
What are you doing, man?
we can kill it.
I was gonna say, David, what games are you looking forward to?
What
this
are you
week?
doing?
What games? I put that down. I'm not looking forward to any of these games because they all involve teams I don't give a shit about. But
if you had to care,
well, we've got to root for East Division losses, which means you're
root for Old Dominion, right?
You're rooting for the Cajuns. You're rooting for Old Dominion. Obviously, you're rooting for JMU because they're playing the trash down south. Yeah, those are the games.
Yeah, that's it. Everything else is West versus West.
Yeah, and fuck them. Who cares? But it feels the hard one is rooting for
Lafayette.
Lafayette. Yeah.
It is. God, don't you wish we had them on the schedule this year?
It's funny because I made a comment like a year or two ago about how like we keep on getting them on the schedule, and like now all these other teams in the East are not doing it, and then we move up and we don't get them, and I'm like, shit, this is the fucking year to get them.
This is the year.
Who are they playing?
Lafayette.
Yeah,
they're at Marshall.
Marshall.
So I mean, like, what are the chances if we win out? Does Marshall matter?
If we win out, the only thing that matters is Coastal getting 2 losses.
Well, then I don't give a shit about if Lafayette beats Marshall because we should win out.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
It's on
you're
us.
not wrong.
It's on
You're not
us.
wrong. Well, it's on whoever. It's really on whoever's playing Coastal.
Yeah. Well,
So in this case, it's Old Dominion. You are an Old Dominion fan this week.
that I can swallow. You know, if I can find a reason not to root for Lafayette, I'm good.
There you go.
All right.
There are things that you and I get along with. Like we're just
A lot of things, really.
Oh, so that was a question I have for you. Onto the politic thing. Will Tulsi Gabbard be the Libertarian candidate for president?
No.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Absolutely not.
I don't know because she left the Democrat Party and
She did. Good for her. She had a lot of good things to say about why. So
yeah, but she was a candidate for president for the Democrat Party, so I didn't know if that would be a route for her.
You know, I think that she might think she could try, but it's doubtful.
You don't think she would get support from the Libertarian Party?
I don't think she would get the support she thinks she's going to get. She's still really bad on like a lot of libertarian policies. She's good on and her best policy was anti-war, and she's even been sort of bad on that in the last couple of years.
It's because libertarians are sexist, right? That's the only reason. They would,
that's
the only reason they would not vote for her is because they're sexist, right?
Yeah, probably.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's why people don't vote for women, right? So
yeah. True story.
Very reductive.
Should we wrap this one up?
Yeah, we can kill this one.
Ryan, we have that on record. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Thanks.
We can wrap it up now.
We will talk to you next week when you've got 12 hours to listen to us talk about a game before it happens.
Yes.
Tuesday nights. Wednesday games suck. So thanks for listening. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.